This is going to be part 3 of the Art Loeb Trail guide. If you have any questions, comment below and enjoy the video.
Like we expected, it's now Wednesday morning and it's raining and wet and gross and muddy. And we found the Deep Gap shelter, I think is what it's called. And you can see there's like a metal pipe here. The campsite we stayed at, like right over there. Can't really tell. And this trail next to that goes up to the shelter from the trail we walked around Sassafras Knob. And then if you go down the trail, I'll show you that in a second, you see an open area, and you'll see back in this, behind you can't see it walking forward, you'll see 2 white arrows, and up that trail is the shelter as well if you happen to miss this spot. So we came down the trail that looks like a stream, into this kind of open area here, and then you see a trail off to the right. And then buried in the trees right there, as you can see because we're in a plastic bag, you can see 2 white arrows. You obviously can't see that from the trail. Look up the trail. But otherwise, I'm probably not going to make a video until the top of Pilot Mountain, and that's just straight ahead. I think, as far as I know, unless it's not, it's the big trail that we're on now. It just goes straight up to Pilot Mountain. Otherwise, I'll keep you updated. Like I said, keep on coming down this wide trail, and you'll come to this fork. And I'm 90% sure I'll correct myself if I have to. Otherwise, just walk up to the right on this fork, and that goes to Pilot Mountain. You want to be lazy. It's not the Art Loeb, but you can go down this service road. I guess it's like a service road kind of trail, and it connects to the same spot the Pilot Mountain comes out. So we're gonna come up to the right trail here over Pilot Mountain. Okay, we got to the top of Pilot Mountain. Obviously you can't see anything because of the clouds. I probably will go find a picture and stick in so you can see the view from when we were here last. The Shining Rock will be out that way, and then Graveyard Fields and the Parkway are out that way. Not sure what else. Let's say that trail, yeah, on the right was the one up here. There was a plaque. I thought there was a plaque somewhere. Maybe not. You can see the AT marker right, not the AT, the Art Loeb Trail. AL. Its climb wasn't as bad as I remembered. I guess we're getting used to climbing all day, but I think this is the last hard climb we have. Maybe, I think it's Iron Mountain. It's coming up, and that will be easier than this one was, and this didn't even feel like it took that long. We didn't even have to rest coming up. That pipe right there, landmark. But and I know to hike down is really annoying, because there's a lot of steep downhill going that direction, and it's not going to be easy on our feet. I guess it's easier than hiking up it, but once we get to a next confusing intersection or something, I'll update you then. I got down from Pilot Mountain right there. It's like a big wide open area right here, and this is like a trail there, and a trail over there. Let's see what was possible. So you come out here and just go straight across up this trail here, and yeah, you can see a white blaze on that trail. It's actually marked. I keep on going here, and this keeps on going. I want to say it's Iron Mountain. I'm not sure. It's the next climb you'll have. Mostly, I think it's a little bit uphill, then some downhill. And I'll get back to you then. We come away since not Cold Mountain, Pilot Mountain, and we've crossed 3 of these roads in Pisgah that I didn't take a video because I wanted to conserve my video time. Plus, the trails are pretty easy to find. You just kind of cross the road. Like, here's the trail on this side, here's the trail on that side. So it's not really anything you can mess up. We crossed one road, then we crossed another road. Then we got if that was, or there's a big intersection, and then that's still pretty obvious. To the right, is the Art Loeb, because there's only one trail. It's like 3 roads intersecting. And then there's one fork when you go up that a hill after that big intersection. Then that is when you take the fork to the left, you'll see a blaze kind of faded on a tree off to the left. That goes downhill until you get to this road. And I think we're planning on staying at the Butter Gap shelter tonight, which would be probably like 4 more miles away from here or something like that. 3 or 4. Otherwise, I'll update at the next intersection. Okay, so we just made it to the first Butter Gap right there. You can see to the blue at the bottom below Butter Gap is where we are. The Butter Gap goes off to the right, and one of those is a sign for it. One of the trails right here. The Art Loeb's right in front right there, and that's a service road right there, which actually isn't on this map, of course. But we are really close to this shelter. It's 1:20 now. We should definitely get there by 2. And we left camp, I think, around 9, probably like 9:30 or so. We left camp, and so we're gonna plans to stop at Butter Gap and then finish the rest of the trail in the morning. And the next water source should be at Butter Gap, and I'll show that then. Okay, so we got to the top Butter Gap that I was talking about. You can see we came from this direction. It says Art Loeb on that sign right there. Art Loeb pointing that direction, so at least they have this area marked. I've actually hiked from Butter Gap before down this trail, which is actually connection to the other trail I was talking about. That trail to the left, you just saw some rock climbers or people going to Shining Rock, coming up from the Art Loeb that way. And that way goes directly to Shining Rock, and that way goes, I'm pretty sure we took this trail when we came up Butter Gap to go to the shelter. But I think every single one of these, that trail, and this trail, both all lead to the shelter in one way or another. At least in the fall, the winter time when I ran up that trail, didn't see the shelter because it blended in, but it's like you can see the rock pretty close from the shelter, so you can get to the shelter from all these trails. I'd say the Art Loeb is this trail by the white blaze here. Okay, we just got to the Butter Gap shelter here, and those rock climbers we saw pass are but this is right past the shelter. It's another stream source. I stopped recording because 2 guys are coming down and kind of feel awkward recording in front of more or less strangers. But let's see if I can get over this rope. Get out. Okay, but that shelter, yeah, there's mountaineering. Not mountaineering, but it's rock climbing people that climb Shining Rock, or they were base camping there. Look at that. It looked like some type of leech. It's like dropped from the tree. Must be a big caterpillar, I'm guessing. Never seen that before. Anyways, yeah, they're stopping to get water there. I just stopped to get some drinking water. Didn't have any. But there's a stream I know coming up that I get water from. We thought about hiking out today. We probably could by like 8 to 9 o'clock tonight or so, maybe even a little bit earlier. We hiked pretty fast. But I figured just you have the food and everything. Just stay the 3rd night and enjoy it while we can. I guess that shelter again, forgot to say. was, yeah, I was totally full, so we were gonna stay at the shelter, eat lunch there, just chill and relax the rest of the day. But unfortunately, some people were there first. Like, so we already got another stream right here. But yeah, it's in a shelter. We're gonna hike closer because not only does that make the hike tomorrow easier, another stream. But yeah, to make the hike tomorrow a lot more easier. It's probably about 6 miles from here, 6 to 7 from the shelter, to get out from the Davidson River Campground. Shelter has a cool bear hang system they get to, everything else, and a lot of space for tents and hammocks and stuff. I don't know if you saw any of that in the small video I got there. But a water source, I just get it straight from the stream instead of the pipe. I don't like the idea of getting water from a metal pipe right out the source that has rust and stuff on it. The filter probably gets rid of that, but you know, might as well just get it straight from the stream, natural source. If it was a plastic PVC pipe, I wouldn't have such a big deal on it. But it's whatever. It just takes a little bit longer to fill out the water. I guess I might skip recording a couple water sources along here, since I think there's quite a few. But once we get to our camp, I'll kind of tell you how many there are. Before I forget to say, between that shelter and Pilot Mountain, I think we only saw like 2 or 3 campsites that could hold like 2 or 3 people. Solo, you can always dig out a spot in the woods and go. But tripping on my trekking pole. But yeah, I wouldn't want to come from south to northbound on this trail. North to south is definitely the way to go. We passed some people, you guys, but I stopped recording before. They were going north to south, but probably carrying like 40, 50 pound backpacks. And they started on Friday, and we used to pass them, and we started on Monday. So it's how much faster you can hike, how much more stamina you can have in ultralight, and especially planning the water and everything. But that's why I wanted to make this video, so people have some information to make this hike a little bit easier and a little bit more enjoyable. So, just got to the campsite. This is actually the campsite we stayed in the wintertime. They're familiar with it. Shining Rock. It's up there. Hope it's Shining Rock, not Looking Glass. Might have been getting that wrong this entire time. Cool log here. Good amount of wood. Fire pit. Good amount of space. I'm going to set up my tent here. He's already setting up his to dry off. It only took us like a half hour from the shelter or less to get here. It's starting to rain now, so it's probably about a good stopping spot. Down the trail to the right, a few minute walk, is a good water source. It should be, since it was in the wintertime running, it should definitely be running now. And since the last section of this video, we passed one more water source. So there's 3 water sources or so in between the shelter and this campsite. And then there's that water source there, and then like silver water sources on the edge of it's Shining Rock, I guess. But yeah, I'm stopping early. It's only 2:27. Gonna try and dry off her stuff. My quilt got soaked in his tent, but he's trying to dry it off so it doesn't freeze tonight. about it, and we're about to have lunch. Hey, I left camp this morning, and you hike, I don't know, 15 minutes or just on there. You get to this campsite. Along the way, there's only like 1 or 2 water sources in between this campsite and the one we stayed at. And it's cool because you're right on the edge of, found out it's not shiny rock now, I forgot what it's called. But right on the edge of that giant rock. It's right here. Yeah. Okay, we got to the first intersection. I'm not sure what this one's called. As you can see, it's like has on the left. As you can see, we're at this intersection here. I'm not sure what it's called, but it has the Gap loop. It has this trail right here. That's the Art Loeb Trail we came out of. That goes back to the fish hatchery, and then that trail right there is the Art Loeb. I think, of course, they have 2 trails, and I want to say there's a white blaze on that tree right there. It's just really faded out. Let's see. Let's walk down this. Oh wait. Yeah, that's why we went this way on the Gap loop, because I've hiked this once before. Art lives this way. Gap as well, so like it's a little bit longer loop. It's that way as well. Depends where you want to go. I think this way might be shorter. I'm not sure. We get back to the fish hatchery, and that's the way we're gonna go right there. We got to an intersection here. No, I didn't. We got to the stupid intersection here. That's looks like a service road going both ways, but on the map it only goes one way, so it's make any sense. And the trail. This looks like a trail going behind me, but then there's no white blaze, of course, typical Pisgah. And the link for trail back there. We're by Stony Knob, I think, a little bit southwest of Stony Knob. And it's the worst trail ever. Brush is rubbing against you, they're all wet. Spider webs every 2 feet that are trying to get in your face. So, kind of sucked. So hopefully we see a white blaze on this trail. Pants are all wet. Got more wet today than I did yesterday, and it's not even raining. There's a big tree down. And you can see it. You can't see this gigantic spider web right here. Ugh. Another spider web. I couldn't even imagine if you're coming from south to north on this trail. It'd be horrible. Because this trail's not very maintained, especially in this area. And it feels like we're on the wrong trail because you think there wouldn't be so many spider webs. I have to constantly swing my trekking pole. So, let's hope when you go through here it's not wet. Let's see. And in between that intersection we were just at, and it's pretty dark in here. Intersection we were just at, and Chestnut Mountain. I think there's like 1 or 2 campsites. If you're hiking this, you do the campsite there. And I think somewhere down the service road is a river or something, stream, on the map. So it should be water as well down the road from that campsite. I'll see if I can find the blades. Okay, we're by this stream near Brevard in the south of the Davidson River Campground. And I think we might have made a wrong turn, but I'm not sure, but that was south and that was north, and that was towards the Davidson River Campground. It took me forever to figure it out. We came actually, you go right there across the stream. The trail's right there, but that was not the way to cross the stream. So right there is much better. Hopefully, even if this is the wrong trail, I got most of this guide right. And so let's head this way, and it should, based off the trail on the map I have, should lead to the Davidson River Campground. Even though it's really overgrown and wide open. Okay, so ignore what I said at this intersection before. We accidentally hiked like at least a half mile that way, and we were totally off the map. Let me show you on the map. Can you hold that sign? We were, focus. Yeah, focus. Okay, there. That's dude fly. We were on Stony Knob right here. We accidentally hiked all the way down to where my fingertip is on this stupid service road because we didn't see a fork anywhere. And I guess we thought the fork here was this fork right here. So we turned right and got on here. So make sure you definitely have a GPS on this trail. So we're gonna just hike this service trail, maybe come back on the Art Loeb here, or just hike all the way down to here. And so we hiked all the way down somewhere in here, and just a waste of time. So make sure when you get in this area, definitely check where you are, so you don't make the mistake we did. Because I swear these trails are so poorly marked. Hey guys, we're both super pissed right now, because that trail, we walked for nothing, and that was the one I was talking about before, and I had a crap ton of spider webs, crap ton of brush in the way and everything, and got us soaking wet. Now we have to go back uphill. At least we broke most of the spider webs. We found ticks in this crap right here, and then we walked down that service road some, and of course, there's some of it so overgrown, and we didn't even want to walk through that. So we're just gonna walk back up the freaking trail. Yeah, I'm so pissed at Pisgah or National Geographic, whoever makes these maps, because they just need to block up the trail completely. If they're gonna have these, people are gonna get lost out here. If we didn't have a GPS, we would have been lost hands down. The map doesn't even have this trail on it. We thought, because we looked on the back earlier, it was turn right, and this was when we got on this trail, it was a solid right turn onto this trail, so we figured we already got to that right turn. Then it checked the GPS, so that's I'm assuming someone without a GPS would do exactly the same thing. So fortunately we got down here, no obvious trail of fire pits, so we figure out people must come here, but no, people must make the same exact mistake we do. So I'm really pissed right now, and the trail up to probably Deep Gap Shelter, or no, Butter Gap Shelter, was awesome. Even though the blazes weren't always there and everything, but otherwise awesome. After that, you might as well just go back on the service road back to Davidson River. It's horrible. It's not even worth finishing the freaking trail right now. And you're beat from having to backtrack uphill like a mile and something or more. I'm gonna slip on this. And the trails are look like a trail, and they're so normal for us because we're used to having all this brush in the way, being on the actual trail. We didn't really see any white blazes, but of course Pisgah doesn't label the trail anyway with white blazes, so how were you supposed to know this wasn't the trail until I checked my GPS way down at that stream, which I don't know if I'll figure out how to edit this in later. Maybe I'll play that other video in there and just kind of put a watermark over it. But right now, I hiked all the way back up this, probably a solid half mile. near Stony Mountain. And make sure when you get to Stony Mountain, you check your map, check your GPS, you know exactly where you are. Because otherwise, you're gonna make the same mistake we did. Now I'll never hike this trail again in the summertime. At least this section of it. Me and my friend both loved the trail from the Boy Scout camp all the way to probably about the Parkway. And after that, we've already done some of that. But in the summertime, it's just not kind of boring. It's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Otherwise, once we figure out the right trail, I'll make sure I make a video of that. Okay, we made it back to Stone Mountain. There's some things right there, I think. And this is the Art Loeb where you should come out of from the, I don't know if there's a fire pit up there. I think I was talking about water down the road or something. And right now you can see this log right here and these sticks, and it's kind of open. It's surface road that way. And you look on the Pisgah map, it shows like a right-hand turn. We thought it was this way, so we were all the way down that trail. We didn't pay attention to this one. Of course, they can't have a sign here, or even a white blaze on any of the visible trees from here. So I'm 90% sure now this is the Art Loeb. And so we're gonna go down this trail some, because I was just hiking so fast I didn't really pay attention, because I looked at the map earlier, not far away, and I was like, oh, well, it goes right. But then in one section, because that trail we were on is not even on the Pisgah map, I was saying earlier. We probably backtracked total right there of like 1 to 2 miles of wasted time going downhill through all these spider webs, slow, getting wet. The worst trail, because the worst part is it's obvious a lot more people than just us make that mistake, because the trail's decently well beaten to that campsite down at the bottom where I was really mad. The thing is, there's still no white blaze, but after I'm done recording this video, I'm going to check on the GPS to make sure again that we're definitely going the right way. We're going around Stone Mountain. I just don't even know what the name is. I think it's Stone Mountain. But yeah, I'll update when I make sure we're on the right trail. Okay, well, right around the corner where I stopped recording is this sign. The warning sign, and of course the tree right here. Yeah. See, Tony, I don't know if that's moss, it looks like paint. But there's like a yellow blaze up right, like literally like 10 feet after I stopped recording. I'm not sure why. That's the second random yellow blaze we've seen, which I guess is for the Slope Cone Trail. Connection. Yeah, connection. Slope connection, whatever. I'm guessing off to the right now. We're gonna make sure on the map. We're gonna go right, but we're gonna make sure on the map for sure. As that's the Art Loeb, and yeah, hopefully none of you make the same mistake we did. Maybe the sign says it here and just have to name heroes something. Nothing on this sign at all, so that's useless. Thank you, Pisgah. Okay, there's a white. Of course, now they put, instead of just one every like 100 feet, they put 4 blazes on this one tree. It's great. They must have paid someone pretty cheaply to do this, whoever did it. If I ever decide to hike this again, I think I'm gonna bring a mini can of spray paint. Not tell anyone it was me, because it's probably a federal offense to spray paint trees in a federal forest or whatever. But I'm gonna freaking paint the blazes on this trail. Anyways, hopefully this will be the trail that leads to the Davidson River Campground. Okay, we got to this intersection here. I guess that's the trail, but don't take that one. There's only just one white blaze right here, and this one heads towards, it goes a little bit, I think, south, the map is showing southeast, towards the Sycamore Falls area, based on my GPS, Flats area. and that's the way we're going, because it's blazed right finally, and it took forever that we taped the map with my GPS to make sure. The other trail said it was like a service road or something, and of course I think the service road we were on down with that fire pit, and I was really mad, comes out like over in the brush over there, and you can't even tell that's the freaking road. So I'm glad we didn't take that or kept on going on there. Anyways, and I don't think I mentioned, found a take on myself down there, so hopefully I don't have any more anywhere. I got that off. So yeah, keep on going this way and I'll update you later. Guys, if you get out here at the Davidson River Campground, this is the other trailhead. Apparently you take a left this way, and we walked left, and then I was wrong, and we went right, and found out I was wrong, and then we went back left, and we got poured on. And the last intersection I was at, last main intersection after that yellow sign I was talking about, somewhere in there after that one white blaze where it started going uphill. I guess I'll put some text in or something to explain it. But you take a right, and it's like a kind of open area with a fire pit, and then you see two signs with Art Loeb on it, and you just follow that, and you should come right back here on the same trail. Okay, well, this must be Art Loeb Trail head to Campground. This bridge. I don't know if I mentioned we got in a downpour, so I feel a little bit drier now, and my feet are soaking wet, or so wet. And after that last section of video, she found the white blaze, and of course they don't mark it at the trailhead, and of course it doesn't look like it goes anywhere. That's the way it pointed. Okay, well, this is going to be the last part of this whatever video series or whatever thing I'm doing. Got home and packed all my stuff. Let it dry out on the porch. And, yeah, just keep on walking down that trail I said before, and that gets you all the way to the campgrounds. And I guess I'll already have done it by the time you're watching this, but I'll make sure I have everything edited right to properly get you through the trail correctly. Make sure you don't make the same mistakes we did. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and yeah, see you later.